The man first squeezed a tube of silicone sealant into a cup, then inserted a severed finger into it. Next, all he needed was a hair dryer to speed up the curing process, and a mold for copying fingerprints was complete. After that, he poured a molding compound into the mold, inserted a wooden stick as support, and used a hair dryer on cold mode to set it. If he felt too lazy, he could even leave it in front of a fan to dry and take a nap while it hardened. Once the material fully solidified, he pulled out the finished piece to test it. The result was almost identical to the original finger. The reason he made it was because, during overtime work last weekend, he had accidentally killed his boss. In order to keep his job and current position, he deliberately kept one of the boss's fingers. With the victim's fingerprint and seal, he could forge authorization documents and continue controlling the gang's operations. But real human tissue couldn't be preserved for long. Even in a freezer, it wouldn't last very long. That was why he came up with the idea of making a fingerprint model that would never degrade over time. As for how exactly that accident led to the boss's death, the story goes back to the previous weekend. Ryan had originally planned to take his daughter on a trip to the countryside. However, while they were on the way, his boss Ross suddenly called. He should have ignored the call and strictly separated work from personal life. But the problem was that the country villa they were heading to also happened to be a property owned by the mafia. After a moment of hesitation, Ryan answered the phone. What he heard forced him to immediately turn the car around. Ross only said a specific code phrase, which signaled a highly urgent and serious situation. With no choice, Ryan took his daughter back to the law office and left her there temporarily with the receptionist. On his way to the meeting location, Ryan tried to compose himself and switch back into work mode. But when he finally learned what had happened, he realized the situation was far more complicated than expected. During a territorial dispute between gangs, Ross had accidentally killed a man. Normally, this kind of incident wasn't impossible to handle if there were no cameras or witnesses. It could be staged as an accident, but at the exact moment it happened, a school bus happened to pass by, filled with teenagers, most of whom had smartphones. As a result, the entire gang altercation was fully recorded, and it didn't stop there. Ross even ran up to threaten the students, demanding they delete the footage, and his face was clearly captured as well. The video then spread rapidly across the internet, and the situation spiraled completely out of control, with no way back.